students, in this chapter we will see how is the temperature of the atmosphere with some practical examples given here. Okay, see, the temperature is measured with an instrument called thermometer. Is it my audio is clear to you all? Okay, so it is what I want to say. Thermometer is an instrument for measuring the temperature, right? It is a Celsius meter instant. If you look at this table, here it is given to you to do a practical work here. Okay, generally we know that the temperature of water in bucket, then ice, then glass of cold water and warm bath water will be different, right? It is known to you all. So for this one practical you have to do. That means if you have thermometer which is shown here, okay, then using that thermometer, guess the temperature. Just you guess how much is the temperature in the bucket, that is what you call water in the bucket. Similarly, ice, glass of cold water and warm bath water. You guess, something will guess, no. This much will be some 20 degrees Celsius, some 15 degrees Celsius, from 5 degrees Celsius. Like that, we find temperatures, right? That is our what you call assumptions. It's not accurate. Then you measure using the thermometer, okay? Then right here, instant. So what do we see here? By that practical work, we will come to know that what temperature of water in the bucket is not same with the rest of the three, that is ice, glass of cold water and warm bath water. Dear students, what I want to say here, temperature is different for different things. That is the thing you will get the conclusion by doing this practical work. Okay, but what I say, there is no need of practical work, but if you do it, it will be useful for you, that you will come to know that the temperature will be different for different things, understand? So how to measure the temperature, understand? Using the thermometer, you measure the temperature for a week, that is 7 days. Okay, week in different months throughout the year. Okay, actually it has to be done if what you call, by this time you can do it, understand? What you call, from January to December, in every month, in a week, we have to measure the temperature, understand? At differences that occur between summer, winter, monsoon and other seasons. It is no need to measure, but we know that generally what temperatures in summer are high than the winter. In monsoon, in the sense rainy season, right? In the rainy season, the temperatures are different. Okay, it is asked to you to measure the temperature for a week in different months, so that you could get a conclusion that the temperature throughout the year is not uniform. To understand this point, to get this generalization, you are asked to do this activity instead. So without doing activity also we come to know, because we are well experienced in summer, winter and rainy season, how the temperatures are there, right? This is a thing. Next, here it is, one more activity given to you, that for a next 1 week measure the air temperature. Instead, how, here is a table you have to fill. Okay, choose any place. It may be your what to call nearby your home. Okay, what to call it, may be your dining hall or kitchen room, or maybe the water in front of your home. Understand? Take a place, measure the what to call temperature in the air of that using the thermometer. Okay, and what to call place, mention the time also. Suppose you are measuring the temperature by morning 9 o'clock, then you should mention it. Understand? That is for different dates. Understand? Each day before you measure, write down your guess. Understand? Here is given the table. Date today, for example. Okay? It is a Thursday. Then mention the date. Then what is the temperature you are expecting nearby your home? It may be your bedroom or kitchen room. Mention something. It may be some 25. You are what to call, assuming it is 20, then write 20, then measure it. At what time you are measuring? It is 9 o'clock, then definitely all the time you have to measure the temperature at a same time. Understand? Right, like that you measure. Understand? So record the temperature every day for 1 week, for few months, then calculate weekly average temperatures. How do we calculate weekly average temperatures? Taking the temperatures recorded each day and what to call summing up, dividing with the number of days. Instant, in that way we'll come to know the weekly average temperatures. That what we call weekly average temperatures. Instant, for example, for your understand, I'm saying that in all these 7 days, what is there? 10 degrees centigrade, 10 day, 10, 11, 12, like that is there. Then you are, after adding that 7 days temperature, you have got some 70, overall 70 degrees centigrade. How many days is this? 7 dividing with 7, it will be what? 10 degrees centigrade. So 10 degrees centigrade is a weekly average temperatures. Okay, dear students, temperature is different with average temperatures. Understand? Average temperatures it is what you call taking the average by summing up, right? So here we see that there the temperature varies in different weeks. Understand? So this is also one activity you have to do. Understand? Right? If you have thermometer. Understand? Then let us see that how is temperature high and low. What is mean by high temperature and low temperatures, right? Here scientists have recorded the highest and lowest temperatures in the world. Okay, for example, highest temperature scientists have recorded from a place called Ajijia. Ajijia is a place in Libya, Libya in African continent. Okay, so there they measured temperature on what to call July 1922, and that was 57.08 degrees Celsius. This is the highest temperature recorded in the world. Okay, so far there is no high temperature than this one. So till today it is the highest temperature in the world that is recorded on July 1922 at Ajijia in Libya of African continent. Is it clear, my dear students? That is the highest temperature of the world. You will find this in examination. Okay, that in which of the place highest temperature is recorded. Like that, questions will come to you. Okay, so keep in mind that one. Next, the lowest temperature also recorded. Okay, the higher what you call the lowest temperature of the world, that is at Vostok. Vostok is a scientific observatory of the what you call this in Antarctica. Okay, there the temperature recorded is minus, my dear students, look at here, minus is there, minus 89.2 degrees Celsius. This is 1983. In 1983 July it was recorded, that is minus 89.2. Do you know that the temperature at a 0 degree temperature we find water turning to condensation. That means it turns to ice. Then think of minus 89. We are all are warm-blooded people, right? How can we live in that place? We can't live in that place. That is the reason Antarctica is called a barren region. There is no settlements. Understand? So here, can you find the difference between minus 5 degrees centigrade and minus 89 degrees centigrade? Right? In which of these two we feel it is a high temperature? It is minus 5 degree centigrade. Minus 5 degree centigrade is greater to minus 89 degree centigrade. Understand? Right? Water starts boiling at 100 degrees centigrade temperature, right? After that, it turns to vapor, right? Water vapor. It is called gas we find in atmosphere, right? Then at 0 degree centigrade, water turns to freeze, that turns to ice, right? So we have to use the tool, that is thermometer, in which minus 273.16 degrees Celsius is there. That is the lowest minimum temperature, minus 273.16 degrees Celsius, because temperature does not go below that point. Which point? This point, minus 273.16 instead. So we have to use a thermometer in which the temperature is starting with a minimum lowest temperature, that is minus 273.16 instant. When temperature reaches below 0 degree centigrade, it is recorded in what you call axis. We are given that on x-axis. This is the water temperature recorded. Look at the number line here given. Okay, you can see how positive and negative numbers are marked here, right? This is the line showing the temperatures. Okay, one here is there, that is plus 1 degree centigrade. This is 7 degrees centigrade plus, right? And coming moving towards left, it is minus 5 degree centigrade, right? So what is the difference between what you call, which of the temperature is high? Is it minus 5 degrees centigrade or plus 5 degrees centigrade? It is this one. It is high, right? Then what is the difference between how much difference is there between this? Plus 5 to minus 5. That is 10 degrees centigrade is there, right? 10 degree 10 degrees centigrade difference is there between 5 degrees centigrade and minus 5 degrees centigrade. Is it clear? Then at which of the temperature we feel it is cool? That is, what do you call, at minus 5 degree centigrade we find the temperature is cool, right or not? So it means that the temperature is different at different places instead. So what it is, that what I want to say, it is temperature is have in measured in two, that is maximum and minimum temperatures instead. Look at here, we will see how temperature is recorded instead. Dear student, this is a figure 2.4 showing to you that what are the factors which influences the temperature, right? We are in Karimnagar, then what are the places, what are the things which influence the temperature of Karimnagar, right? Suppose your place, your home is at sure, but at the side of the river, then there will be change in the temperature. Some of the factors are there. Just now we have seen that temperature is different for different things, right? And another thing is that here we have seen the highest temperature recorded at Aegea, that is 57.8 degrees centigrade, and the lowest temperature recorded at Antarctica, that is minus 89.2 degrees centigrade. So what makes these differences, right? We have to find out why does not the temperature is uniform in all the places. That means there are some reasons which influence the temperature of a place. Some things are there, some factors are there which changes the temperature of a place, right? We call them factors of a temperature, right? So what are those factors which influence the temperature, right? We will move to that. What are the factors which influence the temperature? Already you have discussed this in 7th class also, right? Now before going to this, we will see, before going to factors influencing the temperature, we will see that how the temperature is recorded, how to record the temperature. Understand? Look at the graph one, my dear students. Okay, what do you see here? You see here two different colored lines. One is with blue, another is with red, right? The blue color indicates what to call a minimum temperature, sorry, maximum temperature. Understand? Actually, red is taken for maximum, but in the graph it is taken for blue. What to call a maximum temperature is recorded with a blue line, and minimum temperature taken with a red. Okay, generally we find red color for hot. Red is indicating for hot, blue is indicating for cool. Okay, that is what you call cold. So that what red is to be used for high temperature, but in the graph it is used reverse. Okay, so keep in mind, we will move with this only. Okay, so it is a maximum temperature indicated with a blue color line, minimum temperature 2 months it is given on x-axis. It is taken months from January to December, and the temperature on y-axis. So how to note down the temperature? Note down the highest and lowest temperature of the day using 6 maximum minimum thermometers. Okay, at the end of the month, note down all the temperatures and calculate average maximum temperature for a place. How? For example, this is the thing. See, in the January, the maximum temperature is between 25 to 30. So approximately we call it is 26. How much it is? 26 or 27. Okay, whatever it may be. Just to assume that it is 27, right? Then what is minimum temperature recorded in the month of January? That is 15 degree Celsius. Understand? Right? How do we get this? We get this by measuring temperature for January month every day. Instant. We will take what you call temperature, maximum temperature, minimum temperature. For a place, there will be maximum and minimum temperatures. So maximum temperature for the day of January month throughout, right? And minimum temperature for that month, January month throughout, we will take. Okay, by summing up everyday maximum temperature in the month of January. Okay, what will come? Average maximum month in the January, right? That is 28 or 27. Similarly, average minimum temperature in the month of January is a 15 degree Celsius that we have got. Understand? So like this, taking the temperature of one place from January to December, from January to December, and summing up all those, dividing it what to call by the months, what will get average maximum temperature for a place. In that way, the temperature is recorded. Do you know how the temperature is recorded? First, we need to take temperatures of every month, right? That is how it is in end of the month. At the end of the month, see, note down all the maximum temperatures every end of the month. January end of the month, measure that how much it is. Then February, like that up to December, some figure will come, right? All those figures are the temperatures at the end of each month, and summing up all that, uh, then taking the average with 12, because we have 12 months, then what do we get? Average maximum temperature for that place in that year, right? So all the maximum temperatures are divided by the total number of days per 1 month, and per year by total months. In this way, we get average maximum temperature and average minimum temperatures for what you call a month. If you calculate for month, if you calculate for year, then it will be for year, right? So one example is done for you to make you clear understanding about this. Okay, let us see that example by going through the table 1. Okay, your my dear students, it is the place Hyderabad. Okay, average monthly temperatures of each month is given for Hyderabad. Okay, look at this table. Yeah, it is a maximum temperature, and this is the minimum temperatures recorded every month end for the place Hyderabad, right? In the January, the maximum average monthly temperature for Hyderabad is 28, and average monthly temperature for January, average minimum monthly temperature for Hyderabad is 16. So 28 degrees centigrade is the average monthly temperature for Hyderabad in January. 16 degrees Celsius is the average minimum temperature for Hyderabad in the month of January. So maximum and minimum temperatures are given in the table. Based on this table, the graph 1 is drawn here. See that, my dear friend. January 28 is the maximum, right? Then the January, here it is there 28, right? The line here dotted, it is there, no, that is 28. Then February month, how much is the average monthly temperature? 32, right? So 32 dot is mentioned here. So keeping the dots in every month, January, February, March, and connecting all those dots, you will find a line, right? In this line, in which of the month we find maximum temperature? That is May, right? What is the temperature average monthly temperature in the month of May for Hyderabad? It is 39, I think so. In the table we see, yeah, it is 39, right? So this is the what maximum temperatures, average temperatures for every month for Hyderabad, and minimum is left for you, my dear students. It is a home assignment for you. You do it, okay? For two, for your understanding, two steps I've done for you. Okay, January it is a 16. So see, in the month of January, minimum average minimum temperature in the month of January is 16. So here dot is recorded. Similarly, for February, how much is there? Again, going to the back, that is table, that is 18 degrees centigrade. Minimum we have to record. Already maximum is done for you. Minimum you have to record. So 18 it is. Then the month of February, where does it will come? It is 15. This is 20. In between 15, 20, we find here 18. Like that, you should insert the dots for every month and connect all the dots. Then you will find minimum temperatures instant. So with this we'll come to know that by this graph, what do you come to know? Throughout the year, the temperature, average monthly temperatures for Hyderabad is not uniform. it is different. Dear students, it is not for Hyderabad. We find throughout the world, all the places do not have the same temperature, right? So something is there which brings a change in the temperature of a place, right? So what is that? Now we'll go to eat that one, okay? Using this, you have to draw. The first 2 months I have done for it, right? And here, dear students, I'm showing you that here there is some questions given here. These are all the questions. See, look at here. Which temperature is high, 5 degrees centigrade or minus 5 degrees centigrade? At which of these two temperatures we feel colder? And some more questions given here. All these questions you write and upload to my WhatsApp number. Okay, this is our home assignment for you. Okay, the table. The next, this graph also you have to do it, right? And this is for tomorrow. We'll see. And the next, moving that. How much time is left? It is already 10:20, so 10:07. 18 minutes is there. Now next, move that. How? What are the factors which influence the temperature? Right? Yeah, I said no. Using the what to call the graph shown here uh, in the page number figure 2.4 is there, right? 2.4 is a figure showing that factors influencing the temperature. Here it is there. This is a. So let us see that what are those factors which influence the temperature. Dear students, is it clear to all that the temperature, what we have seen, how temperature is measured, right? What is the instrument we use for measuring the temperature, right? Second point that. Third point, we have seen that temperature is not same throughout the world. Okay, this point that the temperature is not the same throughout the world confirmed by what you call an evidence that is recorded by the scientist, that is maximum temperature recorded at Azizia, that is a 57.8 degree Celsius, and minimum temperature minimum temperature recorded, that is minus 89.2 degrees Celsius at Antarctica, sorry, in Antarctica at Vostok Station in 1983. So this is an example to say the temperature is not the same, right? Another point what we see seen at 100 degrees centigrade, water starts boiling. Okay, then it turns to water vapor, which is a gas, right? Again, another point is that at 0 degrees centigrade, the at 0 degrees centigrade, what you call water starts turning to freeze. That is called ice, right? And what kind of what type of thermometer we have to use? The thermometer in which the lowest scale, that is minus 273.16 degrees centigrade is there, that should be used, right? These are the points we have learned up to now. Now we'll see that the factors which influencing the temperature. Understand? So now what another point what we have seen, how the temperature is recorded. Taking the temperature for every day at a particular time and summing up all the days of temperature by dividing with the 7, because we are taking the weekly averages. If you are taking monthly average, then you should take in a month how many days are there? 30 days are there. So 30 days average, 30 days the temperatures recorded should be taken, summed up and divided with 30 days. Then you will get a average monthly temperature, right? If you are taking for a year, then you should take every month end temperature. Then it becomes summing up it and dividing with the 12, because 12 months are there. So it becomes what? Average temperature for a year, right? If it you are taking maximum, that is a maximum temperature, that what you call average maximum temperature. If you are recording minimum temperature, then becomes average minimum temperature. That means when do we find maximum and minimum? In the daytime maximum, in the night time it will be minimum, right? So in that way, for a place we find maximum and minimum temperatures. So let us look into the what to call how the places have different temperatures. Instead, here we'll see where it is. Just a minute. Now going to here, we see that different places have different temperatures. Understand? This already we have seen, right? We know that different places have different temperature. Just now only we have seen with the two examples. Understand? Then what is the question here? Why does different place have different temperatures, right? For that there are many reasons. Now we will look into the what to call those factors which influence the temperature, right? Places that are near to the sea. Okay, suppose when you are moving in a bus, in a journey, then if your bus passes through what you call some fields or by a riverside, then we feel it is very cold, somewhat pleasant, right? It will be cold, pleasant air is touching us, right? Suppose we are passing from an area where there is no tree cover, we find the temperature is high. Understand? So here we see that a factor is there. The places which are near to the sea will experience a moderate temperature. What is by moderate? Throughout the year, there won't be much variations in temperature. From January to December, the temperatures will be recorded more or less little variation. We find little variation, okay, throughout the year. That is called it is in the maximum and minimum temperature. Okay, that is in the maximum temperature and minimum temperature we find similarity, maximum similarity, not about the same. Don't think that in the January it is 20 degrees Celsius, then in the February, March, April up to December there won't be 20, there will be slight variation. What you call 20, 21, 22, again 20, 21, or 20, again 20, again 19. Like this we find a little variation. That kind of temperature is called moderate temperature. Understand? So, so moderate temperature is experienced by the places which are near to the sea, right? And the places which are far from the sea uh, will experience high temperatures in throughout the year. There will be varying. Just now we have seen for the Hyderabad. Understand? I'll show you the graph for again. Dear students, look at here. What is the temperature minimum for Hyderabad? What is the minimum, mean, minimum, maximum temperature? Mean, minimum, maximum temperature. That means we should see minimum, mean temperature, minimum, mean, maximum temperature for Hyderabad. It means that you should see in the average maximum temperature line where it is minimum, that is year, that is December, right? How much it is there December? It is some 26, I think so, right? Because going to the table we will see that it is minimum, maximum, where in the maximum column we have to see where it is minimum, right? See, it is 28 given. Yes, 28 degrees centigrade is the minimum, mean, minimum, maximum temperature. That is recorded in November, December, January. Right? What kind of season we experience November, December, January? It is winter season, right? So in winter season, the temperature is like this, 28 degrees. Then look at again here, March 35 degrees centigrade is there. April 38, May 39, it is more, right? So what kind of a season we experience in these months? it is summer, right? So the temperature is different for different places instant, right? So here we see that there is the places which are near to the sea will experience moderate, the places which are far from the sea will experience much variation from January to December, right? When we find much variation in either mean maximum temperature or mean minimum temperature, when we find maximum differences, for example, it is a 20 degrees centigrade in the month of January, and what to call by it is May, it is 42 degrees centigrade. The how much difference is there? 20 degrees centigrade difference is there. So such a high variation in temperature is called extreme variation. So when we find extreme variations in temperature, that is to be called extreme climate here. Okay, right? So extreme variations in temperature is we find sorry extreme variations in temperature we find at places which are far from the seas, right? Minimum variations we find in the places which are near to the sea, right? So this is why does there is low temperatures, moderate temperatures near to the sea, near to the sea, the place which is near to the sea, and why does the temperature is high in the places which are far from the sea, right? There is a factor in that. What you know there, that land and water bodies, right? These heats up with the different ratios instant. So what you call in winter, we see what you call here is that the land absorbs the heat very fast and releases very fast, whereas the water body absorbs very slowly and releases very slowly. Understand? In that way, we see that there is a difference in the temperatures. Understand? You are what you call there at the place which is near to the sea will get some cold breezes, that is what cold wind from the sea, that is called the wind blowing from the sea is cold, that is called sea breezes, which are cold sea breezes, understand? So the cold sea breezes, when it blows towards a place near to the sea, will find temperature drop in that area, understand? Night time will see that there will be maintaining constant temperature. That means we find cold winds blow from land to ocean, that is sea, and from the sea we see that hot winds blowing to the area which is near to the sea, so that there will be balance in the temperature at daytime and nighttime at the place which is near to the sea. That is the reason we find throughout the year the temperatures are very little variation, right? That is called moderate climate. Okay, for this also we find a graph. Instead, let us see the temperature of the what to call Panaji, right? Panaji is near to the sea, right? So look at, my dear students, it is a what to call, we are going out of the time, so we'll stop here. In the next class we'll meet, my dear students. Okay, thank you very much.